This chart compares the millions lost to physical, traditional bank robberies across the country against the towering $10 billion stolen through cryptocurrency scams in 2023. When we hear about a heist of that magnitude, the immediate image that comes to mind is a lone operator sitting in a dark, neon-lit room, furiously typing malicious code to breach a corporate firewall. The reality of this theft is entirely different. No one hacked into a mainframe to get this money. There were no complex software exploits or cryptographic master keys. The victims willingly gathered their own funds and handed them directly over to the thieves. Extracting $10 billion doesn't require advanced programming. It requires a massive, industrialized system of human psychological manipulation. The architecture of cryptocurrency was designed to remove gatekeepers and open up the financial system to everyone. By stripping away those structural guardrails, it created an unregulated landscape perfectly optimized for industrial-scale theft. These criminal syndicates operate exactly like aggressive digital marketing firms. They rely on a precise, high-volume sales funnel to acquire and process their targets. The top of that funnel is the lure. The syndicates blast out millions of generic text messages that look like innocent mistakes. A quick message asking, "Hi, is this John's grooming service?" sent to countless random numbers is purely a numbers game. If you reply to correct the mistake, the operation transitions to the hook phase, utilizing a tactic known as pig butchering. Pig butchering is a scam methodology where a perpetrator builds a long-term, fake relationship with a victim to fatten up their trust before stealing their money. For weeks, the scammer cultivates a daily conversation, feigning romantic interest or deep friendship. Only after establishing a solid emotional bond do they casually mention a specific crypto platform where they claim to be making massive returns on their investments. By weaponizing the basic human desire for connection, the scammers completely bypass the victim's natural financial skepticism. They make their target entirely receptive to the trap that follows. Next comes the illusion. The scammer encourages the victim to make a tiny, low-risk test investment, just to prove that the system actually works. This line graph represents the fake crypto dashboard. An initial $1,000 investment shows a steep, artificial upward trajectory. The platform lets the victim withdraw early earnings, cementing their trust. Confident, the victim makes their major move, depositing their entire life savings. When the victim eventually attempts to withdraw that massive balance, the drain begins. The withdrawal is blocked, and customer service suddenly demands a 20% tax or security fee to release the funds. Driven by the sunk cost fallacy, desperate victims often drain whatever credit lines or loans they have left to pay these secondary fees, convinced it is the only way to unlock their original money. The harsh reality is that the money was stolen the exact moment it left the victim's legitimate checking account. The numbers on the screen were entirely fictional. The polished user interface acts merely as an anesthetic. It keeps the victim docile and compliant, while their actual wealth is quietly siphoned away in the background. Once those funds leave American borders, the focus shifts from an individual smartphone screen to a sprawling global laundering operation. This flowchart shows how a single stream of stolen data enters a crypto mixer. A mixer is software as a service that blends potentially identifiable cryptocurrency funds with large amounts of other funds to obscure the trail back to the source. The money enters the vortex and splits into dozens of untraceable exit paths. Those newly scrambled exit paths flow across the globe, ultimately pooling into anonymous wallets controlled by highly organized scam compounds operating overseas. This entire operational funnel, from the wrong number text to the offshore mixer, was executed thousands of times simultaneously across the country in 2023, stacking up to a massive $10 billion in losses. Traditional banking has built-in safeguards. A bank manager flags unusual transactions, charges can be reversed, and FDIC insurance covers losses. The crypto ecosystem lacks all of these safety nets. This reveals a fatal irony within the blockchain. The blockchain is a digital ledger that records transactions across a decentralized network of computers. Its pillars of decentralization, anonymity, and irreversible transactions are the exact features that empower these scammers. Navigating the Web3 era requires a completely different mindset. Web3 is a new iteration of the internet based on blockchain technology and token economics. In this space, extreme skepticism and the immediate, independent verification of any unsolicited contact are mandatory. When you participate in a decentralized financial system completely devoid of central authority, you are on your own. The only effective firewall against financial illusion is your own psychological discipline.